this lesson, I will be explaining you about mathematical functions. And mathematical functions may we have is your count, count a, count blank, count if with wildcard characters, count if s is there, round function, rank function, power, and abs. So let us see our first example, that is your count function. So basically what does count does is, it is to count the number of cells that contains numbers. For example, I have given you some data here. These are some numbers I have entered over here, and there's in the middle I have entered some alphabets. It is not going to count these alphabets of yours. So the formula you'll use is count equal to count, and you can press your tab button. So when you press your tab button, you get this bracket open. Select the range, that is from A3 till A12. Close the bracket, shift and bracket close from your keyboard. So when you press enter, it is going to count how many numbers are there. It is not counting your this alphabet of yours. So that is the use of count. My next example is count A. Count A is nothing but it is going to count all your text. I've entered some blank space here. It is not going to count this blank space of yours. So when I use this formula of yours called as count A, bracket open, select the entire range, it is going to count only your alphabets, that is your text. So there are altogether 7 text. I've entered 7 items over here, so it is showing you 7. It is not going to count this space of yours. That is the use of count A. Then we have is your count blank. Actually, count blank is nothing but it is going to count the blank spaces. How many blank spaces are there in your list? For example, the formula you use is count blank, bracket open, select the entire range, close the brackets and enter. As you can see that it is not counting your text over here, it is counting your blank spaces. So how many blank spaces are there? That much it is showing you here. That is the use of count blank. My next example is your COUNTIF. COUNTIF is nothing but it's like to count the specific condition. Like for example, I've given you some marks of the students over here. First of all, I'll calculate the average. That is formula like equal to average tab. Select this range. This is the part, the range. Close the brackets. That is from B3 to B10. Enter. So that should give you the average of Steven. And now if you just drag it down like this, it should come for the others. So this is the average I have calculated over here. Now the condition, some questions I have given over here. Total number of students whose average is more than 70. My first condition is that. So that time I have to use my COUNTIF formula because I would like to find out how many averages there which is having more than 70. So the formula you'll use is COUNTIF. COUNTIF is for counting. Bracket open. Select this range average because that's what we want. Comma. In condition has to be in double quotes. I've given double quotes and you write down the greater. This is greater sign. Greater than 70. Close the double quotes. Close the brackets. So the condition has to be in double quotes. This is your condition. Average should be more than, how many people are having more than 70. Enter. So that as you can see that it is showing you 3 because 3 average is there which is having more than 70. That is, one is 85, 72.5 and 78.1. So this is the use of that COUNTIF. My next example is this, again same about COUNTIF only I'm talking about. Number of students who have scored more than 80 in max. Now in max mein how many people have got more than 80? That's what we want to find out over here. Again I will use my COUNTIF formula over here. Bracket open by pressing your tab key because they want max more than 80. So you select this part, max ka more than 80. Then you give a comma here, double quotes and your condition greater than 80. Close the double quotes, close the brackets and then enter. So that should give you 2 because 2 numbers are having more than 80 over here. One is your 89 and one is your 87. And next statement is number of A's that Mary has scored. Now in this table they are asking you how many times Mary has got A. So this is what they want over here. There are 2 ways of using this formula actually. One is like this. You can write equal to COUNTIF bracket open, select the range, that is this part, maybe how many times she has got a, comma, double quotes, you can write equal to and write down there a, and then close the double quotes and close the brackets. This is one way of doing it, or I'll just press enter. This is one way of doing it, you can do it, or otherwise there are 7 times she has got a actually. Or you can, what you can do is you can just remove this entire thing, comma, double quotes, and just write down a over here and close the brackets and enter. So these are the two ways how you can use this formula. And my next one is this: how many people have got more than 90 marks from this table? How many people have got more than 90? They want to find out. So the formula you'll use again, COUNTIF tab. You will have to select this entire range, this marks from the top table, comma, double quotes mein you write down the greater than 90. That's what they want to find out. Close the brackets and enter. So how many people have got more than 90, it will tell you. So that means 6 people are there who have got more than 90 from this table of yours, this top table. And the last statement in this condition, in this COUNTIF formula is this: number of B grade achieved in arts. Arts mein how many people have got B grade? So the formula you can use is again COUNTIF, then arts, that is this part, comma, double quotes mein you can write B, close the brackets and enter. So this is going to tell me 3. So this is how you can use this formula of yours called as COUNTIF. And next statement is called as your COUNTIF with wildcard characters. Now what is this wildcard characters? As you can see my data, which I've given you some items over here. I've given you some quantity here. And I've written this in star, asterisk, and written pen. I would like to count how many items are there which is starting with the alphabet pen. So for example, if I type here COUNTIF formula, that is equal to COUNTIF, bracket open, select the items, that is this part, comma, and your condition, that is B14, close the brackets. So when you press enter, it is going to count wherever pen is written, that is starting, not really starting, it can be at the end also. For example, this pen, pencil, 1, 2, pen, again 3, not necessarily it has to be in the starting, it can be in the end also. So wherever it forgets that word pen on your list, it is going to show you. So as you can see, that is showing you 6. So see, pen 1, 2, pencil, 3, pen, gel pen, 4, 5, 6. So this is the use of this option of yours called as wildcard, COUNTIF with wildcard. So this was about COUNTIF I was talking about. Next one, the next example is called as a COUNTIF S. COUNTIF S is for multiple condition. For example, I've given you some details over here. Customer names are given over here, customer number, then gender is given, age is given over here, and the education. So basically I want to find 2 conditions over here. First is your gender, if you type your male or female, and which education are you searching for, how many people are there in gender mein male and with that particular education. Instead of you typing it like this, male, I would like to have it as a, instead of typing like this, I would like to have it as a drop down list. So I will use my data validation over here. So instead of you typing away, what you can do is just keep your cell pointer over here on okay, you just keep your cell pointer here, click on this option of yours called as data, then data validation. In data validation there's an option of yours called as list, and then source. When it's asking you for this source, you select this part, and then if you say okay, there is a problem over here in data validation. You can see that I'm getting double like this. See, duplicates are there, so it should not happen like this. I'll just remove it actually. Data validation, clear all. Okay, because I've got duplicates over here, same thing with this also, undergraduate, graduates, so same problem will come here also. So what you do is just select this part of gender first, Control C, keep your cell pointer side mein, anyway side, wherever places, then paste it over here. So you get all your gender. Same thing with education also. Press Ctrl C. Just place it somewhere next column there and paste it over here. Okay. Now you keep your cell point on gender because I would like to remove all this duplicate of yours. Keep your cell point on gender. Click on this option of yours called as data. There's an option called as remove duplicates. There's already tick mark here gender. Nothing has to be done here. Just say okay and okay. As you can see that it is kept only one thing, male and female. Same thing you do for education also. Keep your cell point on education. Again data. Remove duplicates. There's a tick mark here on education. Okay and okay. So it's removed all your part. Now you do that validation of yours, data validation. That is your drop down list. Instead of I typing it over here, I would like to have it like a drop down list. So keep your cell point on gender. Now you click on data option, data validation. Now you come to your list. Source when it's asking you, now don't select this part, not this one. From here you select, that is this gender of yours, male and female, and you say okay. So now you will get only two options, male and female. Same thing you do with education also, keep it over here. Data validation, then list. Source when is asking you, just select your education part here, that is this, and say okay. So now if you select any one option, male, I'm just selecting male over here, and PhD. So I would like to count how many male is there and how many people are gender male with education PhD. So that's what we want to calculate over here. So the formula you'll use is count if s, because two conditions are coming here. If one condition is there, then you use count if, but there are two conditions coming over here, two conditions, male like this, male and PhD, there is education, so that time count if s, bracket open, that is your education part you select first, that is your D4 D20, comma, then you select your education, that is the PhD H6, comma, then your gender, that's what we want, comma, and your gender, that is H5. Close the brackets and enter. So as you can see that it is telling me that male PhD is, there is only one person. So if I change this, instead of make it female and PhD, there is nobody. Higher education, also nobody. Undergraduates, okay, graduate, okay. As you can see that it is telling me that female graduates we have so much. If I change it again, male, see. As you can see that it is telling you how many people are is there in that option. That is the use of this COUNTIF test. If two conditions are, that time you use COUNTIF S. My next example is about your round up and round down. First will I explain to you about round. As you can see that there's a number given over here, 10.10. Basically round is to round up a number. Like when it is basically used in bills, like the point, that point I don't want. I want to remove that point of yours. So first I'll explain to you about round, what does that round does. Equal to round I've used over here. Number is this A4, comma, number of digits you write 0. It is to be 0 always, bracket close. So when you press enter, now the number I've given is 10.10. So when you press enter over here, you can see that the point, it is going to remove that point of yours. Okay. So basically it is used to remove that point of yours. So you can drag it down here. Now this number you see over here, it is less than, no, this is 0.50. Okay. And this is 0.10. So when you, if it is less than 50, if it is less than 50, now this is less than 50. So that's why it is rounding up to 10. If it is more than 50, it is going to add up. So that's why getting a 11 over here. So that is the use of this option of yours called as round. But when you use round up, there's a formula of yours called as round up also. So when you use round up, it is just going to add up actually. It is not going to, like, it is not going to check whether it is 0.50 or more than 50 or less than 50. For example, if I click on this A4, that is your amount, comma 0, close the brackets, enter. As you can see that it is just going to add up. See, even though it is 0.10 over here, not like this, not like round actually. Round may, what happens is, it is, as I told you that it is, if it is less than 50, as you can see this is less than 50, 0.10 it is now. So that's why you're getting 10 over here. and here it is 0.50, it is 50 and more, so that's why we're getting 11 here. So in round down, round up, what happens is it is just going to add up. Even though it is 0.10 or 0.15, it is going to give you 11 over here. Okay. Then we have round down. Round down is actually nothing but to minus. It is going to minus it for you. For example, if I click on this number again, comma 0, number of digits, close the brackets. It is instead of 0.10, it is going to minus. That is 10 will come here. Same here also. Okay. So if I just given an example over here, down I've given an example over here. I just want to calculate the IGST over here. This is some party's name I've given over here. Invoice number, sales amount. And I would like to calculate the IGST, that is this sales amount. I have to multiply with 5%. And then I want to calculate the total sales amount also. So formula will, normal what we do is we say sales, that is that D27 multiply with 5%. So when I say 5% here, enter, that is my GST, IGST, enter. So you get this value like this and then you drag it down. So it should come for the others. There's this point coming over here. I don't want this point actually. Similar thing if I calculate this total also. That is your sales amount. You plus it with your IGST, that is this 878.5. Here again you will get this point actually. So basically I don't want this point actually. So that's why to remove that point skill, I'll just delete it. We use this option of yours called as round formula. So I'll just use this formula of yours called as round. Then D27, that is my sales amount, that you multiply it with 5%, comma 0, that is your number of digits, and close the bracket. Because I don't want that point actually. So to remove that points, we do this option, enter. As you can see that now you're getting 878, and now if you drag it down here, I should get for the others. Same thing, you calculate this also, sales plus this. So now you will not get that point actually. I have used this formula of yours called as round formula. So that is the use of this option, round formula. My next one is my rank function. Rank function is nothing but it is to show which is the first highest. For example, I've just given you some names of some staff here and their sales value. That is your target, sales amount. I would like to find out according to the sales, which amount is first, which amount is second, third, like that. So like that, if you want to find out, we have Excel has given you a formula called as rank. So you can just use this formula of yours called as rank, bracket open. That is your B5, that is your sales, comma. Then you select this entire range, this part, that is your sales value, comma, and 0. 0 stands for descending order. First I'll show you with 0, close the brackets. And 1 is ascending order. So I'll just write 0. Because I'll have to drag it for the others also, so I'll just log this part, B5 and B24. So just click over here on B5 and press this button of yours called as F4. So that you get this dollar sign. Same thing with B24 also, F4. So now if you press enter, so according to this number, this sales value, now this person is second. So you double click, I should get for the others. So first highest is this 975 actually. So you can see that because I set it descending, you're getting it like this. So instead of 0, if you see the list over here, so according to this number he is second. Now this is first. Okay. So like that, some numbers are giving us that, telling me who is first, who is second, who is third, like that. So like that, it's telling me that last is, this 20th is the last. This person is last. Okay. So now instead of 0, if I type here 1, 1 stands for ascending order. Enter. So you see now it is coming in ascending order. Okay. So like that. So that is the use of, so that we want it in descending. So you'll write your 0, bracket close, enter, and double click. So I should get for the others. So that is the use of this rank function. And next one is called as your power function, where we have given you some numbers over here and the power. So basically power is nothing but it should multiply, like 3, it should multiply 2 times. So how many times it should multiply is called as raised. In other words, it is also called as raised. The formula we use is power, bracket open, click on this number, that is 3, that is A3, comma, and it is like basically for multiplication. So like how many times it should multiply, like this 3 it should multiply 2 times. So that's why you're getting 9. 3 into 3 like that 2 times. Like that 3 it should multiply 4 times. So if you double click it, it's 81. 5 it will multiply 2 times. That is 25. So in other words, it is also called as raised like this 3 into 3 into 3 like that. So that's what it is doing over here. So that is the use of this option of just called as power. And my last example in this is mathematical function is called as your ABS. ABS is nothing but this is a negative. I've given all negative numbers here. I would like to have it in positive, in profit. You can say in other words. So Excel has given a formula called as ABS. So let's use this formula of yours called as ABS. Bracket open. Then click on this number. That is at minus 843. That is A2. Close the brackets. Enter. So this is showing in minus. Here it will come in positive. That is profit. And if you drag it, it should come. So that is the use of this option of yours called as ABS. So this was about your mathematical function that I was explaining to you. So keep on practicing and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.